Hola, Culers. We're here slightly late, but we're here. And a new face on the show. Plenty to cover this week. Let's see what's happening.
¿Qué pasa, culés? Bienvenidos a un nuevo programa de Culers Corner presented by Feeberse, of course. And yes, indeed, Alex, a new face today on the program.
As you see, it's not Jamie. Is it a better version of Jamie?
It is the new and improved Jamie Coles. Yes, indeed. A hand. Un applause for the new and improved Jamie Coles.
Jamie, I didn't say it wasn't me.
It was her. You heard it, Jamie. Quick disclaimer for you regular viewers. Fear not, okay? Os podéis quedar tranquilos. Jamie will be back. But poor showing from Jamie Coles that after 4 episodes, he's already showing that flaky side of his. It's Flaky Jamie.
It is Flaky Jamie. I think is that going to be his nickname? I think it's going to be Flaky Jamie is going to be the nickname name. But nothing is going to change in terms of what we do on the program. So let's start with our usual order. The men's highlights: a win, a good comeback from what has been a shaky couple match days, maybe. Hat trick from Lewandowski.
Not a bad way to get back into the swing of things and bounce back, as you said, Alex, from that defeat against Osasuna with a win in a tough stadium, Mini Ferroza. So when we get a chance, let's have a look at the highlights.
Diego, what do you think about this green kit?
I like the black one. It's definitely my favorite one. Yes, if I'm going to rank the 3 kits for this season, it would definitely be the black, then the original, and the green kit. As Robert Lewandowski opened the scoring, Alex, in the 7th minute mark from a free kick. Rafinha with the assist. It was a great game for the Barça forwards, especially that duo. It
definitely was. Rafinha coming up with another assist. As we see here with this run, literally perfect. Lewa just had to pass it in goal. There was literally... There's no way you could have messed that up. I think even you could have made that potentially.
Don't get too ahead of yourself, Alex. I was 43 years old.
As your birthday was recently, yes. But Rafinha, we're missing the touch on this, but the touch on Rafinha on this taken down was absolutely spectacular. He should have scored that.
And this pass as well from Pedri.
And the
eyes
first
in the back of his head.
It was all of it.
Yes.
I think the goals that we've seen here were kind of what we've been expecting from this team this entire time. You know, we started off with 6 wins out of 6, Hansi Flick style play, the confidence in the players, and obviously against Osasuna it wasn't the case. But now we're back to seeing, you know, every single one of these goals. It was a corner, it was a free kick, it was an assist from Rafinha, it was another play, you know,
Eddie
down
Garcia,
the middle.
exactly.
It was everything that we wanted to see, and you know what? It's another positive ahead of the international break.
Exactly.
Which we all fear sometimes. But it is, you know, it is
not
good
anymore.
Break. Not anymore. Hopefully not. We did
that
come
is a
back.
thing from the past.
The last international break, we did come back very, very positive. So hopefully we do stay like that.
Yeah.
But chat, I'm going to ask you guys what you guys thought of this game, what you guys think of Barça so far ahead of the international break. Diego, do you have any, we've been pessimistic, optimistic sometimes, but what are you feeling right now ahead of the international break?
About the international break?
About the team going into
the team going into international break. Listen,
yeah.
I think that it couldn't be any better, quite frankly. And this is not just blown smoke. I mean, you look at this statistic, just purely the eye test combined with what we're seeing from a statistical point of view. El tridente más goleador de toda Europa. Es que tenemos los 3 mejores delanteros. Lewandowski, Rafinha, and of course Lamine Yamal combining for a total of 20. With my count, un poquito más, son 21 goles.
Yeah.
Y luego, sin contar todas las competiciones, because we have to add the Champions League, of course. But for the moment, they're doing fantastic, and we're not even adding the assists.
No, we're not even talking about you
goal production.
Exactly. You exclude so many things from the actual, you know, the count of. I think the style of play is what you can't really formulate in statistics and in numbers, which is probably one of the most promising things that this side has shown in the season. But chat, let's see what you think. Lamine Yamal, obviously, I think we can talk about him every single episode potentially. Let's see. Szczesny, we will get to Szczesny shortly.
I like what our friend Kushal, and excuse my pronunciation, is asking, will Gavi start? I think that is one of the big questions now is with the level that we're seeing from Casado. When will he be back? Of course. Let's not put too much pressure on the player that's been out for over a year.
Definitely.
But when he will be back, it's like, how is Hansi Flick going to manage all these great midfielders being healthy, and competing for a starting spot with a Marc Casado that's playing the lights out alongside of Pedri.
Yeah, exactly. You can't really. I don't want to be Hansi Flick in this situation. It's really, really, really not going to be easy to manage the midfield. Let's see what the chat is saying. Un saludo, Ricardo Nua. I love you, Lamine. Yes, we do. We all love Lamine Yamal. And we still have to add Dani Olmo, as Gianni mentioned as well. Dani Olmo will be back probably, 3 weeks time
Fermin
now,
Lopez, Dani Olmo, Frenkie de Jong, who's now back, of course, but picking up more minutes. Gavi, Christensen, even as a holding midfielder.
So many things. Yeah. But we do have one player that we still want to see play, and he trained for the first time.
Yes.
Let's see these videos.
Szczesny.
We tried pronouncing this last
Szczesny. It's no, excuse me. Szczesny. I'm going into my Google Translation AI mode. Szczesny. Okay. That's it.
You make it sound easy. All right, let's see how he did in training.
So Szczesny getting his final preparations in to be fully fit and ready for Hansi Flick and the squad, coming out of retirement to join Football Club Barcelona in an extreme case of emergency, of course. And there was somebody else that recently went into retirement.
Yeah.
He hasn't announced his return to the pitch.
But I wouldn't mind if he came out of retirement to sign for Barcelona.
You know what I mean? Un lujo. Sería un lujo. But what I wanted to say was, of course, he only needed 24 hours before, or after rather, announcing that he was going to retire to take to the pitch once more. Andres Iniesta went to the training ground and had a gander what was his home for 22 years. Hansi Flick spoke with the German manager, took some time as well to take some pictures with the team. Some of the Barça first team members wanted to immortalize this moment, of course, the visit of Don Andres Iniesta.
What would you do if Iniesta just shows up to your training session one day?
I would take a picture. I would kiss his boots.
Fair enough.
And then ask permission
to lay your hands on his shoulder.
Exactly. Absolutely. I mean, what a legend.
It would be absolutely amazing. I see him coming back to the club potentially. I think that would be what we all want.
Yeah.
You know, we miss him on the pitch, so the next best thing would be to have him somewhere involved in the club. That would be amazing to see.
He's sort of the unas pistas.
That's what I'm saying. He alluded to it just a little bit. But that would be amazing. Should we see what he said?
Let's do it.
Pues desde fuera feliz de que el equipo esté como está, ganando, transmitiendo muy buenas sensaciones y bueno, esperando que esto pues tenga mucha continuidad y al final pues se puedan conseguir los objetivos. Bueno, pues súper feliz de ello, sabiendo que esta cantera cuando se requiere pues los chavales están preparados, eso no hay nunca duda, y también pues la valentía o el momento de apostar por ellos en cualquier situación, y eso pues para todos ellos es muy importante. Por lo tanto pues que sigan creciendo en ese sentido y que sigan ayudando. Yo creo que eso es una de las fortalezas de nuestro club y bueno, desear que siga así.
Don Andrés Iniesta, quien se retiró del fútbol. Bueno, del fútbol como jugador del fútbol. Vamos a ver a dónde vuelve, por ahí, por allá.
De momento sí,
pero...
déjale descansar un momento y luego vuelve como... Bueno, ya veremos.
Ya veremos. Pero un mago del club, we're gonna see another team who has magicians in the midfield because there is plenty. The women's team had a great league game against Madrid Club de Fútbol. Should we watch the highlights?
Yeah, I mean, interesting highlights, of course. It was a game against a team that last year gave this side a bit of trouble.
Yeah,
and
but a season before that.
And a season before that. This time around, let's put up the highlights here of Barça Femení against Madrid Club de Fútbol Femenino, the away match over in Spain's capital. Started out with some controversy.
Yeah, there was a few things. I was pitch side for this match.
Okay.
There was
What is that?
It was probably out. The linesman definitely didn't see that, but that is how Madrid Club. That was out. But that was how Madrid Club de Fútbol got their goal. And they finished the first half 1-0 before Kira Walsh, absolute screamer in the second half to get Barcelona leveled off. Early on, I think that was quite important. The first half finished quite frustrating for Barça because, you know, they lost 1-0 essentially.
Yeah.
Second half, Kira Walsh early on.
Different story.
Ewa
A game
Payor.
with two
Can we
halves.
say Ewa Payor? Just so you know, Diego, I
Okay.
called out Ewa Payor Pichichi of the league.
Oh.
And that is going...
I mean, that's not a massive take.
It's a massive take, Diego. It's a massive... Let me have my massive take.
I would have signed on to that.
Let me be right for once.
I like this moment here, Alex. Aquí, Alexia Putellas iguala a Kubala, the legend Kubala, with 194 goals, I believe it is.
Yeah.
Being the fourth top goal scorer in the history of Barça. Y solo a 5.
Yeah,
de
to
Luis
become
Suárez.
only 5 goals away from beating Luis Suarez as the club's all-time goal scorer. A bit away from Lionel Messi, I do have to say. That is going to be a tough one to reach, but she is 5 goals away from Luis Suarez, which I wouldn't be surprised if that happens this season. And she overtakes him to become the 3rd highest goal scorer in FC Barcelona history.
That's right. Ingrid Engen getting in on the action here as this one. I mean, it was a game where Eva Payor could have scored maybe a hat trick.
Definitely. Even in the first half,
Only walked away with 1.
she's everywhere. You know, when it was quite interesting because you have, you know, Kira Walsh scored twice. That never happened. Yana Fernandez scored again.
Yeah.
You know, she's a fullback. Kira Walsh is a 6, and Ona Batya scored as well. So again, I feel like we talk about this every single program, but the men and the women, they have, you know, this creativity that their goals come from so many different plays, so many different players, that it's not just, you know, we have, you know, probably the best, you know, strikers in both the women and the midfielders as well, but it comes from everyone. And that's the best part about it. But the women sadly didn't have as much success in the Champions League last night against Manchester City. It was a tough night in Manchester. It was cold, but let's see how we fared against Manchester City. Bunny Shaw, for me, is one of the best strikers in the world right now in the women's game. And Manchester City have been set up. You know, the last time that we played Manchester City in Manchester, Kira Walsh was our captain.
Right.
So it's been a while, and they've progressed, and they've learned a lot from, you know, Chelsea has played Barcelona a lot in the Champions League. And I think a lot of teams have learned how to play against Barcelona. It's not like it was before.
Here, massive save, though, off the goal line.
Yeah.
It was a chance there for Graham Hansen to put the away side Barça up 1-0, and good commitment here. Oh, it's Eva Payor, excuse me. Oye, esto podía pasar. Like you alluded to the game.
Siempre.
Claro, y esto mejor que sea en el primer partido del grupo de Champions que después en the knockout phase.
Que te quitas un poco del susto de...
Right. And let's say you were alluding to the last time that Barça played in the Joy Stadium. The last time that we played there, we lost. We won, of course, the quarterfinals. It was not enough, the loss, to turn the quarterfinals tie around, and Barça advanced to the semis, pero perdimos en Joy Stadium la última vez que jugamos ahí, y esta vez no ha sido diferente.
No.
I'm going to blame the shorts. Estamos jugando con
the aesthetic of the shorts.
shorts.
It's the aesthetic of the shorts wasn't that great. It's, again, I think Bunny Shaw for me is a player that she's inevitable. She's Manchester City's Ewa Payor.
Okay.
So for her to score twice it's not entirely surprising, but at the same time, it's one of those games that we had enough to kill the game potentially in front of goal, but we didn't. And it's these moments that it's, you know, but let's see what the players say post-match. There's still plenty to come from the group stage.
Exactly.
Home, que l'equip no ha estat tot el partit insistint. L'equip ha acabat volcat a l'àrea rival, l'equip ha acabat generant molts córners, moltes faltes laterals, això vol dir que hem estat jugant a camp rival tota la segona part i que l'ambició d'aquest equip segueix sent intacta i anar per totes.
Nosaltres sabíem que anava a ser un partit competit, difícil, però bueno, sempre anant a buscar la victòria, òbviament. Llavors, bueno, al final a l'1-0 doncs, crec que abans hem tingut ocasions, potser no com solem tenir de tantes ocasions generades, però sí que bastant clares. No hem aconseguit materialitzar-les, llavors ens anem amb l'1-0, després l'equip es refà, torna a tenir el domini del partit i arriba el 2-0. Però bueno, fins al final hem intentat aconseguir marcar, no ha pogut ser.
Com a equip campió de la Champions ens agrada guanyar-ho tot, ens agrada demostrar cada partit que som el millor equip del món, però és cert que avui no ha estat el nostre millor partit. Felicitar el City també pel seu partit, crec que han estat justes vencedores del partit i res, això només ens fa valorar la Champions, ens fa valorar aquesta competició, cada any hi ha més nivell i no ens podem relaxar, i així també com valorar el que fem cada any arribant a la final i guanyant-la, que no és fàcil, no? Avui és un dia que serà mostrat.
Y tenemos oportunidad de venir más con confianza este fin de semana en Liga contra el Español, un derby.
Fantastic way to bounce back.
It's definitely ahead of another Champions League match next week. There is a very, very fun league match. Diego, we have a not tradition, I wouldn't say, but we like to say our pronósticos for each match. And
vamos a hacer una porra.
Una porra.
Let's
vamos
go.
a hacer, bueno, we have a little board here.
Okay.
All right. So
It's very professional. I am impressed.
I take this is very proud. So I'm gonna ignore the other ones.
Okay.
I'm gonna put SPC versus did I spell that? Vale. Español. What are you saying? I'll put you.
As you mentioned, it's a derby. Esto quiere decir que va a haber mucha chispa, energía. There'll be enough motivation, let's say, for Barça to bounce back from this disappointing start to the Champions League against a City rival, Español. Ahora mismo están como mitad de la tabla, no, sort of mid-bottom half of the table. They haven't scored a lot of goals. They've been conceding. Barça, en cambio, pues es un goal-scoring machine. Ya lo sabemos. Un 6-0.
Buah,
Toma.
es que mira. Mira.
What? That's crazy.
I had it written. I said 6-0 right on the dot.
Sí, sí.
All right, so as Culers Corner Collective,
That's hilarious.
we are
this
going.
This was not scripted.
This is literally. I had it like.
Y yo lo tengo aquí.
We
Mira,
could do
mis
it.
apuntes.
We could replay it. I literally had it written. Chat. What do you think? Barcelona Español en Liga F for the women. What are your guesses on what the score will be? Culers Corner as a collective, Alex and Diego we're saying 6-0.
6-0. By the way, this is coming from a person, and I'm pointing at Alex here. Both you and Jamie got the last pronóstico correct.
So
and
we did that
a
as
round of applause
for the first
for the Alaves Barça.
I think that's the first time I ever get one of my guesses right. Between Culers Corner and Barça Live, I've never gotten it right until Jamie and I had done it together. So maybe because we're doing it as a collective again, we're gonna be right.
Let's go.
We'll see.
Let's wait and see.
Okay.
In the meantime,
Nathan says 8-0.
Okay, I could see that.
Carolina says 7-0.
No lo puedes descartar.
Right, so we're all fairly optimistic on what's gonna happen on Sunday, but we have a little treat on Barça
That's
1.
right. On Barça 1, of course, the place, your home for all of your Barça content. If you haven't downloaded the app, make sure you do, because it's all for free as well. I don't know if you know, but it's all for free. All
Every
the Barça
single
content
thing
you ever wanted, go on the app Barça 1, download it, and you'll be able to watch exclusive interviews
Like
the one we just recently did with Keira Walsh. Here's a little snippet.
Yeah, definitely. They're a strong team. They've got really good players, and I think, they also tried to play good football. They tried to play out from the back, they're patient, and they've also got players who can change the moment of the game in an instant. You know, they can really take the game to you, so we need to be careful of that. But as I said, I think we want to go there, we want to play our style, we want to dominate possession. That's the Barca way. So yeah, we will be looking at their strengths, and we know it's going to be a tough test, but I think for us, we want to play good football as well, and hopefully it'll be a good game for the Barca fans to watch. Yeah, really good. I think for me, he's a unbelievable coach, but I think more importantly, I think he's an unbelievable person. I think he really understands, you know, what it is to be a footballer. I think a lot of people kind of just see it on the pitch, but I think for me, he really understands people off it, and he really tries to get to know everyone and how they're feeling. And yeah, I think for me that's massive. And yeah, on the pitch, I think tactically he's unbelievable. Probably one of the best I've worked under. And for a midfielder, he has so many details in the press, how we play. And yeah, I think since I've been here, he's the one who's probably made me feel the most comfortable. So I think to have him as head coach now, it fills me with a lot of confidence to go and play my best games in this season.
Green section now. I don't know, Diego, if you like our lights and our background. When we are in
Very nice.
Feeberse in, again,
It's
you
Feeberse
guys know.
fever.
Oh, that's a good one. That's a good one. Jamie would have never thought of that. If you're watching this, Jamie, I apologize.
You know he's watching, and you know he's very angry right now.
I'm gonna hear it next week. It's fine. But we are in Feeberse in. If you didn't know, this show is sponsored by Feeberse, and if you haven't downloaded it, what are you doing? You can use this. I'm getting better at this as well. You can use this QR code to download Feeberse, register, and follow us right here on Culers Corner. Well, we bring you videos, we bring you challenges, we bring you a lot of different things that we'll talk about right now.
Hay que seguir a Culers Corner
Sí.
y Fútbol Club Barcelona,
Y
obviamente.
Fútbol Club,
La cuenta del Barça,
precisamente.
por favor.
Que ahí subimos bastante entre la cuenta de Culers Corner y el del Barça. Y bueno, pues explicamos un poco cómo es la aplicación. Un repaso de los últimos programas, que ya sabéis que tenemos Wow Points, que se puede dar a todos los contenidos, a todos los vídeos de Feeberse, que eso en secuencia te da los boosts. Y los boosts hay diferentes niveles. You can do, you know, we see it there, level 1, you have 300 Wow Points to get to level 2. And from that, everything gets accumulated and you get a transfer value.
And that's what it's all about.
That is
right?
what it is all about. You can see your transfer value on your profile, and that goes increasing with more videos that you upload, with more engagement that you get, and you get a content value. So everything is about getting those points and playing with other people, giving us, for example, on Culers Corner some WoW points, and we'll give you some back. If you guys follow us, we'll give you some WoW points. It's
share the love.
We help each other out. So now what is left to do?
Chicos, ya sabéis la manera como arrasar con esta aplicación Feeberse es subir contenido like mad. Start uploading your own original content onto this platform. Give your wows and your boosts. Be generous, as Alex said.
Yeah.
We will give it back. Okay, we will. What's the word I'm looking for? No sé.
Vamos a ayudarnos entre nosotros. Vamos a dar
You scratch
cositas,
our back, we
and
will scratch your
yours.
back. That is kind of what I'm getting at. So that is it. Use this QR code over
Download
here.
Feeberse.
To download
Follow
Feeberse.
us.
Give us a follow.
Follow Culers Corner and FC Barcelona.
Exacto.
And this week we uploaded a nice little montage video of Don Andrés Iniesta. Let's have a look at it.
The man.
I think, wow.
With some iconic moments that give me gallina de piel, like a legend, another Barça legend once said. So many moments, of course, lived with this little magician, 22 years dressed in Blaugrana.
Yes.
Came at the young age of 12, 16 of those 22 with the first team, Alex.
Yeah.
Impressive.
He's definitely a legend. So what we're going to do now is that we're going to get you guys, right, so chat, we're going to get you on right now, and we're going to let you pick your best memory with Andrés Iniesta. Diego, do you wanna get us started and say yours?
So the thing is, and I can only choose one, and the reason for that, but it's the least original one. I was thinking let me be original. Let me think of a dribble or a moment like the Copa del Rey final. The thing is, Alex, I was there in Stamford Bridge, sitting behind the goal before the Iniestazo. I was I lived 7 years in London, part of the Blaugrana, the Peña Blaugrana de Londres.
Yeah.
And I got tickets to see that famous match between Chelsea and Barça, where Iniesta scored the goal to send us through to the semis, or no, was it the final? Oh my God, I'm forgetting. I'm blanking on that one. That's the age, all right? But so that has to be, you know, my favorite Iniesta moment, the Iniestazo, because I saw it with my own very eyes. The ball hit the back of the net, and we were right there, right behind
like
that
right
goal.
behind it. No, that was the thing is that I can't remember certain moments because I was a bit younger than you when I started watching Iniesta. But one of my favorite moments, the thing is that I can't remember the game, but I just remember sitting down with my dad. And I was watching, you know, Barcelona play, and I saw Andres Iniesta, and it was like, in that moment, it didn't really click who he was. You know, he was just another player that was impressing me. And then until, you know, maybe I got a bit older, I realized, que era Andres Iniesta. And then as of recently, you know, that picture of him sitting in an empty Camp Nou.
Yes.
I think that's one of the best sporting photos.
I love that.
In the history, because that is that the presence, you know, the aura, as we say now,
with his
the
boots
aura.
off as well, que también es muy
exactly.
simbólico.
Yeah.
Se quitó las botas.
Yeah,
you know.
and he's just taking it all in. I think that photo is one of my favorite things.
Yeah.
Chats what Iniesta assists in the
Chelsea.
2011 final versus Manchester United.
Yes.
That was, I think, anything. Ricardo, you have to tell us you can't just say Iniesta and not tell us your favorite memory of Iniesta. you gotta give us something.
It's the 16 years with the first. It's just everything. It's just Iniesta.
It is everything.
Infinite Iniesta.
It's just infinity.
Infinity. That's
infinity.
But I mean, of course, he's a player that you know played the game with so much style and grace.
You know,
was applauded
everything.
in every single stadium.
And we applaud, you know, the players that we applaud today between Gavi, Pedri, Aitana, Alexia. You know, all these players grew up idolizing Andres Iniesta, and the impacts that he has had on Barcelona, on football in general is just outstanding.
Yes.
And there's nothing you compare to it. So we're gonna get you guys
right, but. Make sure that you add all of your comments as well to the video. Give your wows and boos to this video, of course.
So you guys gonna go in to the Barcelona Feeberse page, as you see here, and you're gonna scroll down. You're gonna scroll down until you see Andres Iniesta with the trophy. Wait, there we go.
There it is
with
in the
the
middle.
trophy on his head. You're gonna see that video. Hopefully it downloads for you faster than it does for me. But we're gonna see that video and we're gonna comment. Okay?
¿Qué vamos a poner?
So you're gonna comment. Describe Andres Iniesta in one word or one phrase.
It can be a phrase. Una frase, pues. ¿Qué vamos a poner?
So we're gonna go comment on the video now. Ask Culers Corner, what should we put? El mago.
Yo creo que sí.
El mago.
Creo que lo dice todo.
El mago vamos a poner. Aquí está. Where's the wand? A little wand emoji. El mago. Pues mira, ahí está. Ahí vamos a comentar el mago. Bueno, queremos que vosotros hacéis lo mismo. Vete al canal del Barça, encontrad el vídeo de Don Andrés Iniesta, que tiene el trofeo de Champions aquí en la cabeza, el mítico foto de celebración de ganar la Champions, y vais a comentar, describe a Andrés Iniesta en una palabra o en una frase. Pues, a ver qué os ocurre.
And with that being said,
Yeah.
time for the second half, folks.
Woohoo. So, we did a challenge last week.
It's a bit of a special moment now, yes. A moment that I think a lot of the regular viewers have been waiting for, Alex. It's the hashtag Culers Collection moment.
Yeah. So last week, Jamie and I got new kit on the program. I know.
I like it. I like the orange.
I know.
I appreciate.
It's really, really nice.
I
It's
appreciate
really,
the being a half Dutchie myself. The orange gives me good vibes.
It is quite nice. So we asked you guys to show us your Barcelona kit collection, and we chose one of the best ones.
Oh yeah.
Shall we see it?
Yes. So this was a video that was muy currado, very nicely worked.
It was.
You got to appreciate the detail there of the signatures. This person got signatures for pretty much.
I mean, all these kits All these kits are outstanding. And we have a new challenge coming up for you guys. Thank you for sending these videos in also. We will have a new challenge for you guys this week. Hopefully you guys can upload them for the next program. But I went on the Camp Nou Boulevard to do our balloon challenge that Diego, I think you should start preparing for. I think you should start preparing to take on the challenge. Let's see how Culers on the boulevard at Camp Nou did the balloon challenge. So, what is going to happen is that you're going to blow up a balloon as fast as you can until it explodes. Yeah. You ready? ¿Estás listo para esto?
Sí, vamos a intentarlo.
¿Os animáis? Sí. Yeah. ¿Quién lo va a hacer primero? Venga. ¿Estás lista? Venga. 1. ¡Epa, epa! ¡Trampa, trampa, trampa! Hasta ahora es la ganadora. Hasta ahora es la ganadora. Opa. 14:41. ¿La ganas? Sí, lo gano. Venga, venga, venga.
No, se me trabó. No, se me soltó. No puedo. Se me soltaba.
Aquí ya tenemos un ganador claro aquí, Daniela. Vale, ¿listo? 3, 2, 1, ya.
¿Cómo está la peña? Dios. Venga, tío.
No va a poder. No puedo escuchar.
Aquí tenemos hasta ahora el líder. Bueno, aquí, pues...
14.4 seconds.
Ya.
Es muy rápido.
14,41 segundos. Diego, ¿te animas?
Hombre, claro.
Bueno,
Hombre,
bueno.
claro.
A ver.
Vengo aquí a batir récords.
A ver. Los goggles. Aquí tienes.
Safety first.
Y el globo de la suerte. Chat.
Suerte, ¿eh?
A ver. Aquí tenemos el tiempo en el móvil. A ver si puede ganar 14:41. Diego, ¿estás confiado?
Sí,
¿Estás?
sí,
Vale.
Vamos.
Venga. 1, 2, 3.
No está mal, ¿eh?
Estaba 19. No está mal. Tienes el segundo lugar.
Ok.
If it makes you feel better.
Ok, I'll take it.
El segundo lugar, 19 segundos.
A ver,
Te
¿quién
vamos
es
a dar-
primero entonces?
Pues la chica hay en 14:41.
Pero gente random cuenta aquí.
Sí.
No, pues
Sí,
quiero ver nombres.
Sí.
Ok.
Cuenta. Si me recuerdo bien, su nombre es Daniela.
Pues pon a arriba de todo.
Daniela de Chile, 14 segundos 41.
Vale.
Pues ahí tienes. Tenemos. Vamos a entrar en una pizarrita aquí con todos los líderes.
Quiero
Venga,
ver mi nombre, el
Robert,
segundo puesto.
los hemos
Second
hecho
place.
4 veces aquí en Barça Studios. Y si te hace sentir mejor, eres el líder aquí de Barça Studios. Hasta ahora. Porque yo lo tengo que repetir, ¿eh? Lo tengo que repetir porque mi primera vez...
De Barça One.
Mi primera vez, la verdad que lo hice fatal. Pero muy mal.
¿Tu tiempo cuál fue?
Mejor no hablamos de eso. Vamos a pasar a la siguiente sección. Queremos ver a vosotros hacer el reto y subirlo a Feeberse. Mira, todo lo que hemos hablado de subir vídeos, hacer los wows, we want to see you do the balloon challenge on Feeberse. Record yourself. Be safe, please. Record yourself exploding a balloon in your face. Essentially, there's no other way to put it.
It's not that dangerous.
It's not that bad. It is funner than it seems because you get quite competitive if you're like me. Jamie made fun of me. It's fine. I'm not mad at all. But
¡Ay, qué rencor!
upload your video on Feeberse, hashtag it Culers Balloon, and we'll upload the best ones on next week's program. So don't get hurt again. Have fun with it. But the time to beat is 14 seconds 41. 14 segundos 41 es el tiempo de ganar de la gente de la calle. Entonces, vamos a pasar a Don Andrés Iniesta
We gotta
otra
go
vez.
back, of course. We have to allude and show that moment, that historical moment where Iniesta decided to hang up his boots. It was an event held here in the city of Barcelona. The VIPs came out. We're seeing there Bojan Kirkic, President Joan Laporta as well, Lozano,
Sergi
Roberto,
Marc Bartra.
Piqué, Alex Roca. The who's who of Barcelona was in town, the entire first team as well. In a moment that was emotional for the player himself, of course. He came out and immediately shed tears. It was not a moment, a decision that he would have taken easily.
Yeah, definitely.
Given, the fact that we see him so emotional.
Yeah, I think it was really special that he decided to do it here as well.
Yeah.
It's his home at the
It's
end of the day.
fitting,
No
exactly,
matter how many times, how long ago he hasn't been on the Barcelona pitch, siempre va a ser su casa. No importa cuándo, no importa ahora, en 10 años, Andrés Iniesta siempre va a ser de nosotros, de la casa, y hay que darle la bienvenida. Y obviamente, desafortunadamente, cuando pasan unas despedidas, también toca hacerlo aquí, pero lo apreciamos. Y bueno, vamos a ver lo que han dicho.
A lot of people, of course, yes. Let's have a look at what the people had to say, President Laporta, about the now retired Don Andrés Iniesta.
La Masía a mí me cambió para siempre. Creo que es el lugar donde mejor podía estar para potenciar todos los valores que creo que hay que tener en la vida. Y agradecido a toda la gente, a todos los profesores, a todos los compañeros. Es una etapa en mi vida que sin duda marcó mi vida, marcó nuestras vidas, y para mí pues venir al Barça era un sueñno. Volver al Barça en algún momento de mi vida me gustaría. Eso no porque quiera decirlo, sino porque creo que la gente o las personas que hemos tenido tanta influencia o tantos años en este club, pues de una manera u otra tienen que estar, pero estar en condiciones de estar, ¿no? Entonces, pues bueno, yo en el momento que pueda sentir que puedo hacer lo que hice como jugador en otra función en el club, pues si se dan las circunstancias y todo, pues estaría encantado.
A mi Andrés Iniesta el que em diu és que és una persona clau per entendre els èxits i els valors del Barça, i per tant podem parlar de l'Iniesta jugador que ve de la Masia, que per tant format a casa com a jugador i com a persona, perquè Iniesta transmet uns valors extraordinaris molt propis, molt arrelats al club, el que és el compromís, el sentit de la responsabilitat, l'esforç, l'estima per uns colors. És un jugador que és passat, és present i és futur del Barça. Iniesta forma part del nostre escut, un esportista d'aquells que et fa sentir orgullós de ser del Barça, perquè és un home estimat per tothom, perquè era un jugador d'un gran talent, un jugador que ha donat molts èxits al Barça, però a més que era estimat per tothom perquè era un esportista que actuava amb esportivitat i transmetia això, bonomia, tot una persona que és ell també ho transmetia amb la seva manera d'expressar el seu futbol, no?
So the good thing, Alex, is of course, despite the fact that we will no longer see Andrés Iniesta in action on the fields, there is a place where you can go to catch all of the Andrés Iniesta content that your culé heart desires, and it is on the Barça One app, your home for all of your Barça and Andrés Iniesta content. Why don't we take a look at
let's show it.
Some of the content that we have
We're gonna show you guys what you can see on Barça
You see there.
One. You see here. This is the
Infinite
application.
Iniesta.
You can go to Infinite Iniesta, and it's literally just
It's
Andrés
all,
Iniesta.
It's packaged prepared
it's
for you. It's that
literally
easy.
everything. You can
The
see what
entire
it says.
playlist.
The album Andrés Iniesta is gonna
Can I
come
make a
out.
recommendation?
Let's
Yes.
see.
The album
Yeah.
that was gonna be my recommendation.
I stole it from you. We're gonna see the trailer in a bit, but for now, Barça One gives you everything. You can see matches, you can see a compilation of Iniesta skills. Look at that, 4 matches from Milan, Barça, Champions League, Manchester United, 20 years.
Yeah.
You can see it all, and there's plenty more on Barça One.
There is a lot more.
Shall we have a peek at what else there is?
Listen,
Look at
coming
that.
up as well for
Yeah.
those fans of diehard football fans of you watching this Saturday, the Sub-13, so the youth ranks are playing. There's a game at 10:30 in the morning, another one at 12:30. Commented or narrated by yours truly. I have the pleasure of getting up nice and early on my Saturday
Look
and
at that.
comment these kids, these stars in the making.
You can practice
for
your
Barça.
balloon challenge beforehand as well. So we can see here we have full match replays as we see here. We have the next generation, which we have been, hopefully you guys have been watching as well as we have. Full match of Femení, full match of masculine as well. Masculine, that was my Spanish translating to English, which doesn't with the men's
We've got
team.
masculine content.
Masculine content.
Masculine football.
We can see plenty from across the club as well. We have basketball. You can
Barça
scroll
news
down.
every day. Barça
Yes,
news.
you can. We have Barça
I hear it's a good show. I hear
Originals.
people say it's a great
It's
show.
not. I feel like I don't know. I don't get the same comments sometimes. There's this presenter that
It's
tries to fake a Jamie impression. But yes, Barça News is another place that you can get all your information from Barça across the club, every single aspect of the club, not only football. So that is one way to keep up, as well as here on the app. Now, we have a section, Diego, it's called Retro Replay.
All right.
And we're going to stay on the topic of Andrés Iniesta on that album.
Yes.
Shall we see the trailer? Get you guys hyped?
Give him a little taste.
Bueno, este es, como todos recordamos, pues, como he dicho, el momento personal más increíble que he vivido por todo, por el momento, por lo que significó y por todo lo que vino después. Un placer haber vivido ese momento en mi persona.
Good evening, welcome to the Champions League semi-final. Chelsea versus Football Club Barcelona.
El 6 de mayo de 2009 pues fue a nivel individual, a nivel personal, pues el momento o el punto más álgido que he vivido en mi carrera en mi club.
Racing forward to the edge of the area, Lampard tries to flick it in, there's an effort, oh dear, there's a goal! First shot on goal and SEN has made it Chelsea 1, Barça 0.
Aunque en momentos pues ellos fuesen superiores, sobre todo en su campo. Y bueno, si nosotros teníamos algo era eso, ¿no? Que confiábamos en en nosotros mismos, en lo que fuese y pues bueno, cosas del destino pues nos puso en ese momento para dar ese paso. La jugada pues empezó en nuestro medio campo más o menos y bueno, cuando Xavi abrió a Dani pues ya pues un poco a la desesperada pues vas avanzando para llegar al área, vas avanzando para encontrarte con cualquier situación. Sien no despeja y cuando el balón le cae a Leo, yo estaba en la frontal y bueno, me cedió el balón y salió. Y le pegué con todo el alma, como dije, y salió perfecto, salió a la escuadra y bueno, a nivel personal pues el momento más fuerte que he vivido como jugador del Barça. La recuerdo como si fuese hoy.
That moment, I know, literally same.
Piel de
And
gallina,
I know there's a lot of moments that we've lived as Culers in Stamford Bridge. Most recently, the woman beating Chelsea to get to the final as well, after coming back from the first leg defeat. But before we say bye, someone did ask on the chat if they could get this shirt on the Barça store, and you can. It's part of the festival collection from this season, so you can get it. Diego, you missed my modeling matching up to Ingrid Engen last week, so that was a fun one.
Oh, I did.
But yes.
I did catch that
We'll-
on
we'll-
the
we'll-
replay.
We'll get you back eventually. But you can buy this shirt on the Barça Store. Lo podéis comprar en la tienda del Barça oficial, que es parte de la colección de festival.
Nice.
Well, I like it.
I like
love
it too. Like I said, anything orange, I'll get my hands on.
Yes.
For those of you wondering about the Barça One app, it is available in selected territories. So
Yes.
you have to find out basically if you are one of the lucky ones. I know South America, North America, Europe are in those territories.
Just
but
do a quick little search and see if it's available in your country.
or get a VPN. I don't know.
Yeah.
It'll work with a VPN.
If not, it's coming to you soon, hopefully. We're working on it. We're working on a lot of things. But for now, we'll leave it at that. Diego, I hope you enjoyed your first Culers Corner.
My pleasure. I hope to be
Yes.
back one day. Jamie, you can stay away if you want. I'm enjoying this job very much.
And we'll leave you with the teaser for Next Generation. Have you liked it so far?
Yes, great
So-
docu-series. You guys have to absolutely watch
Yes.
that on the Barça One app. The Next Generation, episode 4 is out, and it is bonito porque juntan a todos los protagonistas,
Sí, sí, sí,
básicamente.
sí.
So
So
it's-
we've talked about Andrés Iniesta, who is the past and the present of the club. Now we're talking about present and future of the young players who have looked up to Andrés Iniesta. So get your hands on that Barça One. You can watch all the documentary there, and we'll see you next week.
Oh no. Baldi. Open, he'll leave it to Fermín López and it's a goal! Parece para Cubarsi. Imperial, qué recuperación. Full play through was rather handy, and it is the equaliser. Channel play it out in the box, and the referee. Oh, it's a red card. Vamos! Termine para loco.